Hello, Clive Tompkins reporting for the Finance News Network. Joining me for an update on all things solar is Managing Director, Solar Shop Australia, Adrian Ferraretto. Adrian, welcome back. First up, can we get your comments on reports that up to 2,000 homes are at risk of electrical fires from poorly installed rooftop solar panels? Were you aware of the problem?
No, well, quite surprised to hear that report out in the media. I mean, over the last 30 years, around 1 million solar panels have been installed on roofs all over Australia. There hasn't been one reported house fire or death during installation from those solar panels. That's to the best of my knowledge, as well as to the best of the Clean Energy Council's knowledge. That's the peak body for the solar panel industry here in Australia. So, we were pretty surprised to see that headline going up. I think there could have been political motivations behind, that tack that the Liberal Party took to the media. But for us, we were very surprised. 1 million solar panels installed in the last 30 years, not one house fire.
So where are the weak points in an installation?
One of the most important things to consider when you're installing a solar system is the brand of the solar panel that you're installing on your roof. Sharp and Sanyo and those guys, they wouldn't want to have a solar panel catch fire or something like that because of a faulty installation or faulty design. They care about their brand, they care about their product, and they do, very rigorous R&D, and they have fantastic quality control that we can, really depend on. So I suppose my advice would be, when installing a solar system on your house, go for a name brand. Don't go for a home brand, a Chinese panel which has been, badged some dodgy solar company here in Australia. Go for a brand you can trust, and go for a supplier that you can trust.
Support for solar panels is available through sale of electricity back to the grid under the renewable energy target. Adrian, for people not familiar with the scheme, can you fill them in?
When you install a solar system today, you get roughly up to a 50% rebate for that solar system. It's under the name of the Solar Credit Scheme. So what solar credits are, there's something called Renewable Energy Certificates, or RECs. And the price of a REC is around $40, and you receive around 150 of these RECs when you install a system that's 1.5 kilowatt. So you're getting roughly a $6,000 rebate when you install a 1.5 kilowatt system. It costs you around $12,000 for one of these systems. You take off your $6,000 rebate, your out-of-pocket amount is $6,000.
So how much does a solar system cost on average?
To totally cover the average Australian household, you need to be spending roughly around $20,000 to $30,000 on a solar system. So it's really important to, obviously you need a finance package to be able to pay for that, because a lot of people don't have $30,000 kicking around in the bank ready to spend on solar panels.
What are the options available for people who can't meet the upfront cost?
There used to be the government's green loan scheme, which helped in financing solar systems, but there's a cloud hanging over that at the moment, which it's unlikely that it will be going ahead in the near future. Our company has its own finance company, and so we can help people get into solar systems big enough to power their entire home, as opposed to a tokenistic toy system, really only good enough for a quarter of the average Australian home. So for about the same amount as it costs you for a normal system, you can get into a system big enough to power your entire home. A lot of people don't realise that they're paying a lot of money on their electricity bill. Like, a lot of households around Australia are paying $1,000 or $2,000 a year for their electricity bill. You just think that's $2,000 a year today. After it's paid off, you've got free power, for the rest of your life. The solar panels are guaranteed for 25 years, inverters are guaranteed for 5 or 10 or sometimes 15 years. No moving parts, no maintenance, free power for the rest of your life.
Looking at your own solution, Sunworks, it involves an upfront deposit and then making payments comparable to your current power bill until such time as the system is paid off. How much is the upfront deposit, and how is it determined?
It's around 20% of the cost for systems. We've got a pretty sophisticated system to work out exactly what size system you need to eliminate your power bill and your energy bill. So we look at what postcode you live in, and that straight away determines how much solar radiation you're getting on your roof. Because, for example, if you live in Hobart, you're going to be receiving a lot less sun compared to the Gold Coast or the Sunshine Coast. So it's really important to know exactly where you are in Australia, and that's dictated by your postcode. There are also state schemes, feed-in tariffs in certain states around Australia. Most states in Australia do pay a premium for the electricity that's fed back into the grid. So it looks at what state you're in as well, how much sunshine you're getting on your roof, how much shading there is in your roof, and then it looks at those parameters, and then it recommends a couple of systems that could eliminate your energy bill. We try and tailor it so that the cost of the system is roughly what you're paying anyway for your energy bill. I mean, you're used to paying $100 a month or $150 a month for your energy bill anyway. Why not put that $100 a month into your very own power station, your very own solar system? Once it's paid off, it may take 7 years to pay off, but once it's paid off, you've got free power for the rest of your life.
Adrian, the government recently announced a fixed price of $40 per renewable energy certificate from 2011. Is this a better price than currently available?
The price of RECs is roughly around $40 anyway for a solar system. The government announced this change to the legislation to fix it at $40, so there could be some certainty, you know, for mums and dads and small businesses wanting to install solar panels in the future, which I think is a positive move. But you know, if you do buy a system today, you're not disadvantaged at all because the price of RECs is roughly $40 anyway.
And what impact will this have on the time it takes to pay off a solar power system?
It won't really have any impact on the length of time to pay off a system. I mean, the biggest impact on how fast the system will pay itself off is how much you're paying on your energy bill. And we all know that the price of electricity is going up. I believe in New South Wales, for example, last year it went up something like 56%. And I think it's a given that the price of electricity will be going up and up in the next few years as our infrastructure needs replacing. So you know, I suppose the biggest influence on receiving the best return on your solar system is the price of electricity from your retailer going through the roof.
Last question. It probably doesn't get considered for a solar power system, but the holiday home should. Can you tell us why?
You know, it's not such a silly idea considering putting solar panels, you know, on your holiday home as well as your house, your regular home, I suppose. I mean, a holiday home only is used, you know, traditionally, you know, 3 days a month or something, or 90% of the time it's empty. And so 90% of the time the energy isn't being used in the home and being fed back into the grid. In some states around Australia, like Victoria for example, you get paid a reward when you don't use the power in the home and you sell it back into the grid. In fact, when you sell it back into the grid in Victoria, you get paid 3 times more for that energy than what you do when you buy the energy. So you get paid 3 times more when you're selling the power as opposed to when you're buying the power. So the more you can sell, the better or the faster the payback on your solar system. So if you've got a system on your holiday house as opposed to on your home, and your holiday house is only used 10% of the time, the rest of the time you're selling power, selling power, selling power, and getting a really fast payback on your solar system.
Adrian Ferraretto, thanks for the update.
Thanks very much, Clive.